Hello friends, and welcome to another beautiful day here at Sophia Kamau's kitchen. Today I'm going to make another very simple, easy recipe and very delicious. I have all the ingredients are lined up here, very simple and basic, and we will go through them. Over here I have 2 pounds of potatoes. You can choose the potatoes you like to use, but this is what I have available at home and that's what I'm using. I will use a half teaspoon of salt. I use 2 cloves of garlic and 4 tablespoons of butter and a cup of whole milk. I like using whole milk, it's creamier and it gives a really beautiful flavor. I will start by peeling the potatoes and then I will throw them in the water to prevent them from turning color. So this is how I do it. You can use the potato peeler or you can use the knife. Whichever you find easy for you, that's what you will use. Again, there's times that I cook the potatoes with the skins, which is a good source of fiber. So if you want, you use the skins, you just cut the potatoes in small pieces and it's beautiful. You go to the restaurants, fancy restaurants, you find potatoes cooked like that. So it is your choice. You can use the skins or you can take them out. But today, I feel like doing without the skin. And so after I peel one like that, I will cut to all the pieces. I will make sure that they are even so that they cook evenly at the same time. So you have to be sure that all your potatoes are of the same size. I'm good with the knife, so I will go with it. But the problem with the knife, sometimes you take a very thick piece of potato skin, which is waste. But I know there's those mothers who are experts of using the knife and they're very comfortable and very fast. I'll continue with the process, and then when I'm finished peeling my potatoes and they're all in the water, we will come and see what to do next. I have finished peeling my potatoes and now I have to wash them to remove excess starch. I'll add a little more water and rinse the second time. It's all good now. And now I will transfer them into a pot that I'll be cooking with. So what I did is to try and cut them all same size, so that, as I said initially, they cook uniformly and you're not some are not cooked and some are not finished cooking. So this is how you do it. Then I do add water just to cover the potatoes. Depending how deep or how shallow your pot, you will just put that water to cover your potatoes. And moving over here, I have my half a teaspoon of salt. We really don't consume much salt, so I will say salt to taste depending on your preference. So for me, it's just to flavor my potatoes so that they are not that blunt when I remove, and also because my butter is salted. So if you are using non-salted butter, there you can use more salt to taste. But if you are using salted butter, you take care and make sure you don't have excess salt. The next thing I will do is to get the full flavor of garlic. I love fresh garlic, but again, if you have the powdered garlic, is okay. I will just mash it in here, and that's how I do it. And this other one, mash here, and once it's all cooked, it is all done. Again, if you prefer doing the garlic that is already roasted, you can roast garlic, but I only had this little and I'm not doing anything else like in the oven. So I'll just do this and not just roast these two pieces. But if you're cooking something else, you can go ahead and roast this ahead of time and then use it here. But otherwise you can use the garlic, and again, some people like more flavor of the garlic, some like less. So for this 2 pounds of potato, you can start with 1 clove if you want, but for me, I know this is how much I use and we love it. Now I bring my potatoes to the stove and I will start the stove. I will cook the potatoes until they are tender when pierced with a fork or a spoon, whatever you use. And then after that, we will come to show you what to do next. After 20 minutes of boiling my potatoes, they are good. If I mash with this, see, they are breaking apart. So they are cooked. And now I have some liquid left. I will want to drain it out, but I am not throwing the liquid out, just in case I find them too dry, and then I can reuse the liquid. So I am draining that much. There's not much left, and then I'll return them to the stove. So here I will add the milk. And this butter. Oh my goodness. I'll just take my heat higher and I will let them heat through, and you know, milk burns. So what I will do, I'll be stirring a little bit to let the milk warm up. You could boil the milk separately in another pot, but why waste your dishes or make more dishes for you to clean? So see, it's already heating up. The potatoes heated them on the stove, and I want this butter to melt. My butter was hard, it wasn't room temperature yet, so you can take it out ahead of time. And if you're not sure about the amount of liquid you want for your potatoes, you can start with a little first and then keep adding depending how soft you want your potatoes. So I'm just waiting for my butter to melt here, and then we will mash the potatoes. So my butter has melted and the milk is boiling. I just turned the stove out. So I have many options. I can use my mwiko that we call home. Mwiko is a cooking stick. I can use this to mash the potato, but I have a better one. I could use also a potato masher, but nah, I'm not using that. I'm going to use my electric hand mixer, and this works really good. And so I will start slowly. And I can remove this out of stove, but it's okay, it's keeping them warm. So I just do it slowly. Done. Look at that. Within like less than a minute or a minute of mashing, and they are all done. So it is easy. There was no magic trick. I did not empty. They looked like too much milk at first there, but I did not do magic tricks. You saw it all. It went there, and my potatoes are at the consistency that I like. If you want them even softer, you can use the leftover liquid that we were cooking in and add here. So I'm gonna serve this on a bowl and we see how my presentation looks. Now it's time to empty my potatoes in a bowl here. I don't want any goodness to be left behind. I am telling you, the amount of salt I used, the what is it called, the garlic is not overpowering, and you know I used it very raw. I didn't roast it, so that's why you have to be careful with the raw garlic when you are using it. Make sure it's not overpowering, otherwise if it's overpowering it will finish. So for the 2 pounds I use 1 clove of garlic. Again, depending on the size of your clove of garlic, it will all depend. So, and my potatoes are done, and I am telling you they are delicious. Same as the fancy restaurant serve, and this is amazing. You have a choice. If you want also to add sour cream on top, that's fine, but for me this is it. And if you want to add anything extra, is up to you, and I will just garnish with that on top, and my potatoes are ready to be served. They are so delicious. I have taken you through the steps. Very, very easy. Anybody can do, and I hope if you try and follow my instructions, make sure about the salt when you're using, and if you're using salted butter or unsalted butter. For those using Blue Band, you can go ahead and use Blue Band. I miss Blue Band. It is delicious. So use that too. It will work, and follow my recipe and you will love that. Let me know how yours turns out. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Until we see you in another exciting and delicious recipe. Bye for now.